What?
I'm just waiting for it to, what is it doing? Oh, there we go.
There we go. Sometimes it...
Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Great. Okay, I'm going to start out with this. Happy Halloween, almost. So we
Don't walk off camera.
Candy, huh?
Don't walk off camera.
Oh, okay. I think we have candy for just about everybody. And this is my yada yada doll. This is so, for frustration, you just kind of... So, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm doing this right now. Otherwise, we will have all the way through services. Which, well, then I'll have to explain to everybody, what is that sound?
Everybody needs a yada yada doll.
Absolutely. Pass it around. That's okay. Thank you.
Struggling with a microphone.
It's still green? It's still... Oh gosh, I've had them for years. It used to be covered in hair, and when you did this, the hair went... So
that's how much yada yada he's been doing.
Yep. You did a shamanism class yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, we bent spoons.
You bent spoons?
We did.
Really?
Yeah.
How many people bent spoons yesterday?
There's a few.
Cool. It's so much fun.
Yep.
How long did it take you? Just a few minutes? Yeah.
Half hour.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, I guess there was, way back when, there was somebody that was doing it, and it was like a 2 or 3 hour process. It was just like, oh my gosh, really? It doesn't take but a few minutes.
It didn't take very long for Phil. He did it really fast. It takes me longer.
Well, but we did it in church services one year.
Yeah.
And it was just a few minutes. So, and I think all but just a handful couldn't do it then, and later on they did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin.
Yes.
And if you don't know who those are, you just look it up. So they're old like us. So, and John said, I believe in God, but not as one thing, not as an old man in the sky. I believe that what people call God is something in all of us. I believe that what Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and all the rest said was right. It's just the translations that have gone wrong. And George, when you're born, you get a ticket to the freak show. When you're born in America, you get a front row seat. And George said this. These are quotes from probably 25 years old at least, maybe more.
We should have our own St. Christopher Turner.
Yeah.
Find some sayings that he
Why don't you
did.
tell who? Most people don't even know. Who
We're
that
going
is.
to talk about him next week.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's our...
Good friend that passed. He helped out. He did a service once a month.
Once a month here.
Once a month. Yeah.
Yep.
He was a priest from the liberal Catholic Church. Bet you didn't know there was such a thing. And it's funny because had known Christopher forever, and knew a little bit about his history. And he mentioned the bookstore over in Seattle, and where they did some things downstairs for the liberal Catholic Church. And it's like, okay. And sure enough, we went over to see Christopher when he was very ill in Seattle, stayed on Capitol Hill at a little B&B, walked down the street, and the first thing that we passed that late afternoon was this bookstore. The very first thing. And we look and we go,
That looks
well,
interesting.
Looks interesting.
Let's
and
go
then
in.
the more we look, we go, wait a minute. This is the bookstore. This is the bookstore Christopher was at. And sure enough,
They knew who he was. It was funny.
unbelievable coincidence, right? Yeah, it was pretty amazing. So
I didn't hear anybody do the yada yada doll. Did you do it? Who did it? John. And John did it? Yeah, okay. Well, good for you. We'll have it in the back and you can do it afterwards. If you're aggravated, it's just wonderful.
Yeah,
Makes you laugh.
yeah.
Then you get over yourself.
to see the world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is more highly to be prized than the value of each day.
Yep.
Believe that.
There's another one.
There's one.
Hold it by its throat. You gotta hold it by its throat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
it. That's how
There
it's
you
done.
go. I know, they've all been yada yada impaired.
Is the mic on up there?
Is the mic
Yeah.
on?
A lot of us are having trouble hearing.
Yeah, you might be a little low. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
yours.
this is just not in the right place.
Is it what?
Speak into the microphone. It's on. It's on. I can hear it.
That must have gotten turned down something. I'll have to look at it. That's not right. It should be louder now.
Do you want me to go look while you're? No,
Nah,
'cause
it's
that
okay.
won't work because I'll be having
You won't
the
know which.
microphone in the back.
And yeah, I know.
That
And you-
won't help anything.
I know. I don't remember. Oh, this is where I was.
Where were you?
We judge ourselves by what we feel capable of doing, while others judge us by what we have already done. Longfellow. And
I judge myself by everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes it's not good.
I know.
I know.
I have to slap you around sometimes. In a calm sea, every man is
Just
a
a Gibbs
pilot.
smack. Just a Gibbs smack. That's all I get.
Not even that much.
No,
Yeah.
more of a Gibbs tap.
Yeah. The friendship that can cease has never been real.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know. I read it to him. Went,
Yeah, no.
I
See,
had a
I
great
think
time.
sometimes our paths just.
Well, see, I don't think that. I think that's different because I cannot think of anybody, any friend in my life that I have lost. No, I can't think of one. I really can't. I mean, we've gone in different directions or moved or
Exactly.
things like that,
And
but I've
sometimes
never
those-
really lost a friend.
Sometimes those directions, when they take a turn, sometimes people can just meander off and it's all okay. And sometimes those people have to break it in a harsh, negative way before they can let go. So, it just happens.
Yeah.
It's very painful.
It can be. It can be.
Yep.
The English invented football, known in America as soccer. I'm sorry about the next part, but when they kicked around the heads of Danish invaders they had slaughtered. That's how they got the game. So,
Jeez.
sorry.
I didn't need to know that.
Well,
Headers. Oh, Lord. We have lived in brutal times, have we not?
sorry. Okay, fruitcake.
Fruitcakes.
Woohoo!
Let's go to fruitcakes.
Protect your valuables with fruitcake. A wall safe made with fruitcake bricks is fireproof, waterproof, and burglar-proof. So there you go.
Poor fruitcakes.
Poor fruitcake. All right.
Yeah,
Did I do that one or is
I
that?
don't know.
What is Humpty Dumpty's least favorite season?
Fall.
Fall. Yeah. Did you read that?
No.
Okay.
These are not hard.
I know. Yeah, I know. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Who stole the soap from the Three Bears bathroom? The robber ducky. I know. Yeah, I even read these and went, some of these are really stupid. Like this one. What did Peter Pan say when he saw the tornado? Look, it's Wendy.
Oh,
Why didn't the fairy godmother laugh at Cinderella's jokes? They weren't very funny. Boy, barely didn't get a chuckle out of those ones, did we?
That was not fair.
Understandable. Understandable. Yeah, no, understandable. These ones you can blame on her.
Peggy.
Peggy.
What? Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. Every time you
Bring
clean
it,
something,
right?
you just make something else dirty.
That's true.
The word swims upside down is still swims. I'll just wait for people to think about that one and turn it over in their minds. Yeah.
Turn it over in their minds.
Yep, it's the same. Intentionally losing a game of rock, paper, and scissors is just as hard as trying to win. 100 years ago, everyone owned a horse and only the rich had cars. Today, everyone owns cars and only the rich own horses.
For people who wish they were rich, horses take a lot of money.
They take a lot of effort. Trust me, I used to keep them. So, your future self is watching you right now through memories. I
do nice things for my future self. I chop my vegetables ahead of time and put them in the freezer. chopping onions and chopping celery and mushrooms and stuff, and then throw them in the freezer. And then every time I take it out, I say thank you to my past self who did that work ahead for me. Really nice.
She does the same thing with zucchini this time of year. Chops up a dozen zucchinis into pieces so she can make chocolate zucchini cake all throughout the year.
Yep.
So it's wonderful.
It's a wonderful
Truly
thing.
wonderful. So if you want any zucchini cake, you need to give her zucchinis.
Just the big ones.
Just the big ones. Why do people why do people clink their glasses before drinking a toast?
Don't know.
It used to be common for someone to try to kill an enemy by offering him or her a poisoned drink. To prove to a guest that a drink was safe, it became customary for a guest to pour a small amount of his drink into the glass of the host. Both men would drink it simultaneously. When a guest trusted his host, he would only touch or clink the host's glass with his own. Interesting, huh? I told you, come to church, you learn stuff. I'll tell you. Maybe totally useless and can't use it for anything else, but hey, what the heck.
Clink.
Yep. And again, I apologize in advance for blonde jokes, but hey, that's the way it goes. A gorgeous young redhead goes to the doctor's office and said that her body hurt whenever she touched it. Impossible, says the doctor. Well, show me. The redhead took her finger, pushed it on her left shoulder, and screamed. Then she pushed her elbow and screamed even more. She pushed her knee and screamed. Likewise, she pushed her ankle and screamed. Everywhere she touched, she screamed. The doctor said, "You're not really a redhead, are you?" "Well, no," she said. "I'm actually blonde." "Yeah, I thought so," the doctor said. "Your finger is broken." Uh-huh.
Did anyone lose a bracelet? There was a bracelet found in the back.
Oh, that's nice.
So if anyone lost a bracelet.
Amethyst looking.
That's yours?
Cheers. Okay. Is this the one that they found the other day?
Yes.
Okay.
We also want to.
Look.
Oh, somebody deposited some M&Ms for us.
No, you did that when you shook your
Oh.
yada yada.
Okay.
Okay, one more.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Anything else? Anything I'm forgetting? Oh, happy Halloween. Has anybody noticed how many places that have like unbelievable decorations this year?
Yeah.
Has that happened before? I have never seen anything quite like this.
I did hear on the radio that more money was spent this year than in years and years, like billions of dollars on Halloween decorations.
I can believe it. I mean, we've seen some things that were like, holy smokes, to rival Christmas. I mean, my goodness. Wow. Here,
I don't know.
you don't want it? Okay.
We don't. That makes any difference.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't?
We don't either.
Let everybody else do it.
We appreciate it.
Excuse me. I've had that. More for me?
Yes.
Thank you. So, what?
Sure, a lot of candy left.
Sure, a lot of. Send it around again. Okay, you have to come up and do that on camera, Phil. Sorry.
Where'd you get it?
I have no idea where we got that.
I don't know. Years and years ago.
I bet Delilah loves it.
Halloween costume.
Oh, I forgot to show the Halloween costume from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you could do that here in a minute. How's that? Excuse me, I've had a little bit of a tickle. Want to say hello to folks online. Scott, I got your phone call. Haven't had a chance to call you back. I've had the scratchy throat thing. So as soon as I feel better, I'll call you.
Say that again 3 times fast.
Say what?
Say that again 3 times fast.
No, thanks. Brandy and Brock. Phil's going to try to fix that speaker in the back room. You going to try it, Phil?
Sure, we'll see what happens right now. There you go.
So, can you hear better? We're a little loud. You want to dial us down a bit?
No, it's an echo,
It's an echo.
so I don't know if that's really helpful.
I don't know. So how do I sound out here? You guys okay with that? We're all right? Okay, So last week I asked you to what did I ask? Oh, if I had any questions. I'm looking at the cards going, what did I ask? So there's a couple, I want to start with a couple here because they'll segue into what we're going to talk about today. And as we go along, I may address others. But there was one, do you foresee a World War III? If so, how can we prepare for something like this? The same question was asked of me back in the year 2000. And I'll tell you what I got then is exactly what I'm getting now. And what I'm seeing is two paths. And one path, there's peace, there's harmony, there's people getting along, there's joy, there's camaraderie, there's help for one another, there's empowerment for each other, and the other is fighting and squabbling and destruction. And I think in each and every moment, we have the opportunity to make the choice for ourselves which one we're going to focus on, which one we're going to draw energy to. The more energy we put on fear, which is our discussion today, the more we fear what we don't like, the more likelihood we are drawing that into reality. So it's really important for us to focus on love and compassion and trusting our fellow man and being trustworthy and all those positive things that can anchor those good energies into our world. See, here's the thing. We have a limited lifespan, but if you add lifespans from centuries ago, our world has been brutal for time immemorial. Man's inhumanity to man is incredible. But man's compassion for fellow man is unbelievable. And man's compassion, humankind's compassion to our planet and to animals is just unbelievable. So which one are you going to focus on? Because that shifts everything. From that, then waves of energy expand. And waves of energy connected with other people. Have you ever noticed when you're around good, happy people that you feel good and happy? And when you're around cranky, irritable, aggravated people that you tend to get irritable and cranky? Are we going to be the recipient of that energy and take on what other people are bestowing? Or are we going to be the anchor point and broadcast what we want? That's the choice. That's the choice that we have. And I personally feel you are here, right now for this very thing. That you came here to make a dang difference, so start making the difference and stop being afraid. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get an amen on that? Where's Daryl? He gives me the amens when I need. Yeah, they're at a soccer game. I hope they're not freezing to death. The other question was, how will I be able to find my life's purpose? Oh, I love this question. And here's why. And I think fear, and how we're going to talk about fear today, is going to feed into this. So finding your life's purpose. I have to laugh, and I have to use Phil as my example of this. When Phil and I first moved here, we had a whole change of...
Pay attention.
You don't have to pay attention. I'm good mouthing you behind your back. That should be enough for you. You can go play video games or something. Anyway, when we first moved here, we had to change everything. You know, what we were doing was not working. So we had to reinvent ourselves. And one of the things that we thought about was, what makes you most angry? Because that's where your life purpose is, and to change that. So Phil says, well, what makes me most angry is when people make stupid decisions. And so he built his career getting information and helping people make wise decisions about their insurance, their health insurance. And he could talk for hours about all different kinds of things, but he could bring it all down and make it understandable to each person that sat across the table from him, because he wanted them to understand. And then whatever decision they made was fine with him. That was fine with him. And the money will come when you're doing what you need to do. But he started with what aggravated him the most. So whoever wrote this, what aggravates you? You came to fix it. You came to change it. You came to do it differently. What aggravated me the most was that you couldn't be psychic and a Christian at the same time. Want to bet? So I had to change that, and that's what I came here to do, and that's what I've been doing. Does that make sense? So what irritates you? Now let's look at fear, because I think the same thing is true with fear. What we fear is really an inclination or an insight into what we came here to do, what we came here to be, or what our role is, what our purpose is. One more thing I want to add to this about finding your life's purpose. Your life's purpose may not necessarily be your career. I talked to someone who was a photographer, and he didn't do it for a living because he didn't want to have somebody tell him what pictures to take. He wanted to be able to go out and take whatever pictures he wanted. If he worked for someone, then he would have to, they'd say, okay, go take a picture of that monkey, or go take a picture of those people, or whatever. And he wanted to be able to do the pictures he wanted to do. So he didn't use that as a career. He went and had his career someplace totally different, so he could separate the two. Personally, I love what I do, and I made a career of it. So just know that it doesn't have to be money-making in order to be your life's purpose. It can, but it doesn't have to be. You can find your life's purpose without monetary gain. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So let's talk a little bit about fear. It's Halloween. Let's just do fears. It amazes me. People will spend really, really good money to go to a movie and be scared spitless. I didn't know. Thank you. No, I don't like that. Me don't like. I don't want to be scared to death. I can do that in my head all by myself. Have you ever noticed that you can do that? I freak myself out so fast, make your head spin. What I think fear is trying to tell us is sometimes where we anchor our fear is really us avoiding our greatness. So what are you really afraid of? And behind that fear is greatness. What if you're afraid of let's say you're afraid of all the political, whatever's going on in politics right now. If you really look at that fear, it's all about power, is it not? If you knew how powerful you truly were, nothing outside of yourself would frighten you. So the fear is really saying, time to find your power. Time to access your power. Time to get into that space where you know who you really are and live it. Own up to it. Does that make sense? There's more I wanted to say before I said this. Oh well. Waiting. Waiting. 1 minute. Give me a sec. See if it comes back through. Okay, side pocket. Let's look at what the good book has to say. This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be anxious. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. New Testament. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin, but I tell you that even Solomon in all his glory did not clothe himself like one of these. La 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 la, further down. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 32. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has chosen gladly to give you the kingdom. Now, some people may see that, oh, that's down the road. No, right here, right now. Don't be afraid. Why are you afraid? Why are we afraid? Because we get caught up in the brain feed. Our brains are trying to keep us safe. Fear is a natural response that was created for us to help us stay alert so that we could be safe in our world. Well, we've taken that out of context because we don't really have to worry about a saber-toothed tiger right now. And so we extrapolate that fear response into something else. And we transfer it over to life circumstances. Because we can't. We're gonna. It's part of being human. So rather than kicking ourselves around the block for one more failure, it's human. Let it be what it is. Just noticing it is the power. Noticing it grants us the ability to shift it into something positive. So let's look at some of our fears. Failure. What would fear of failure really relate to? If it's tapping into our power, then really we're talking about fear of taking a risk, fear of standing out, fear of showing up in our own lives. Because it has felt safe to hide. It's felt safe to bury ourselves or bury our brightness under a rock. Does it make us happy? Nope. So you get to choose. We have the right to choose here. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be safe? And what's the worst thing that could happen if we fail? Okay, we could lose money, we could lose possessions, we could have to start over. Been there, done that. It's hard. But guess what? Wouldn't change a thing because I learned so much. It wasn't a failure at all. That business may have failed, but I wasn't a failure. I was the person that gained information from that and could move on from it. Fear of rejection. Oh, this is being real. Being real in front of somebody else. Letting your true self shine. If somebody doesn't like you for you being who you are, see ya. If family doesn't like you for who you are, see ya. I may have to have holidays in your presence, but that doesn't mean I have to put myself at your mercy. Your opinion is your opinion. I get to let my light shine. Most of my family, some of my family, doesn't approve of me much. Matter of fact, I just have to keep my little mouth shut. You know how hard that is for me. But I do. Because I don't want to put them in a place where they're uncomfortable. But their opinion is their opinion. I have to live what is right for me. I have to shine as best I can. As best I can. Make sense? Fear of being alone. So if what we fear is actually revealing to us a power, a source of power, then fear of being alone is really being able to really look at ourselves and see our value. See our value. What within us grants us that peace and that security and that safety and that strength? Do you like yourself? If you don't want to be alone, see, there's different kinds of alone. There's that social interaction we all require. That's just part of being human. We require that social interaction. And if you haven't found your tribe, your family of choice, you may feel alone in the world because you feel misunderstood or you feel isolated. This is calling you to reach out to others, to find your tribe, to find those things that bring you joy, and find you the connections that are important for you. And the deepest, most profound connection we can ever have is the one with ourselves and Divine Source. There's a deep, powerful awareness that when we're connected in, we're not alone. I mean, the good book says, you're not alone. I'm right here. I'm right here. We don't feel that because we expect other people to make our world okay. Well, if I just had the right partner, I'd be okay. No. If you're honest and true to yourself, you'll be okay. The other person is optional. If they get along with you, that's wonderful. If they don't, that's okay. It's okay. Powerlessness. Powerlessness. Are you afraid of your own power? What is your power? We all have a superpower. What's your superpower? Do you know? Do you know what your superpower is? Sometimes our superpower is as simple as a smile. Sometimes our superpower is as simple as a kind word. Sometimes our superpower is as simple as just looking someone in the eyes and acknowledging they exist. When you recognize your individual, unique superpower, you're powered up no matter what. No matter what. Find your power. Find your power. And that's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. Letting loved ones down. There's that opinion of other people again. So here's the thing. I really like it when my brother and sister-in-law and my spouse appreciate me and approve of me. I really like that. It makes me feel really good. It's more important for me to appreciate and approve of myself. Because if I don't like me, even if they like me, I'm not going to feel it. I'm not going to sense it. I'm not going to know it. And you know, they have their lives. They have their choices. The first thing God gave humanity was choice. Before he even gave them clothes, gave them choice. So when I take over and try to fix somebody else's world, I'm taking their choices away. And sometimes we have to make some really, really bad choices so we can learn. And we can move on. And we can do it differently. So stop rescuing family members and stop trying to make their world okay. You be you, and that's enough. You be you, and that's enough. Make chocolate zucchini cake when you can. Make muffins when you can. That'll make them happy. But don't fix their world. Don't fix their world. Do what you do. Be you. Be the best you can be. Depression. Depression. So, that's a scary thing, isn't it? I fight depression all the time. It's a constant battle. It used to take me a long time to get from a depressed point of view to a more positive point of view. It's a lot faster trip now because I've done it more often. What happens when we get stuck in depression is we get stuck in that fear cycle. It's all about fear. What if? What if this? What if that? What if this other thing? What if it doesn't? And living in the what ifs destroys us. The other side of depression is feeling unworthy or worthless. And sometimes we're programmed for that from our childhood. Fear is a liar. It's a lie. It's a lie. If you have not found your worth yet, depression may be an issue for you. So keep looking. Depression is the evidence that you just haven't found your power yet. Your superpower, your own unique superpower. Life sucks. It does. But that doesn't mean we suck into it. So here, I've taught you this before. Cancel. I do this a million times a day. Cancel, cancel. Those thoughts come up of, oh, you're just not good enough. Oh, look, you're a stupid screw up. Cancel, cancel. Stop it. Cancel, cancel. It's not true. It's a lie. And it's an addiction. Depression is an addiction that we feed with our own mind. And you can unfeed it by feeding yourself the truth of who you really are. You are a beautiful vessel of living light. I came here to change the world. You're anchored in this point in time for a reason. Because you can make a difference here and now. Make sense? Okay, there's more. I think we'll get on this more. But look at your fears. Look at your fears, because underneath your fears is power. Your power to change the world. And this will give you a clue as to how you can change your world. If you find you are depressed, then you came here to be an encouragement for other people. But you can't do that when you're crushed by depression. If you're afraid of other people's criticism, you can't be an encourager because you're being crushed by that. But if you find your power, then you can be the one who encourages others. That make sense? What else do we do? Failure, rejection. So, the fear of failure may be telling you you came here to encourage others to take a chance, to step up. And how do you do that? Just by being there sometimes, by listening, by really, really listening, by being open and letting the magic happen. You don't do it, it's just there. It's part of who you are, who you came to be. So it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to have those fears. It's okay to do all of that. Cancel, cancel, get a new thought. When we have those recurring thoughts over and over and over and over and over, they get kind of locked into a brain circuit. There's a circuitry that happens in the brain. And it's easy and fast for that trigger to happen all the time, and you're just automatic. This cancel, cancel shifts us out of automatic so we can create a new thought, a new form. I'm okay. It's all good. I'm fine. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm brave. I'm courageous. Make sense? Let's work on that some more. We'll talk more about that. I'd like to do a guided meditation for you first. Oh, Mr. Phil, when you get a chance, my dear, I left some copies on the copy machine. If you would go get those for me. We don't need them right this minute, but after our guided meditation. So, while he's getting copies, Beth, would you mind dimming the lights for us, please? Called him off task. Thank you. So let's just center into where we are right here, right now. Take a deep breath in and gently, gently, gently release. And just be here in this moment, in this time and space. You hearing me okay? The microphone okay? Fix that. Thank you, dear. Nope. My little clip broke, so makes it a challenge. All right, so we're going to take a moment just to center, just to be in this time and space. Notice your heart space, your chest area. Notice if there's any tension or discomfort there. Just relax it. Just be at peace. Be in this moment here. There's nothing you have to do, nothing you have to be. Just be. And as that relaxes and opens, bring your attention to your mind. Let your mind relax. Let your mind open. all those judgments and criticisms and expectations, you just let them go for now. And for now, just be here in this moment, being open and aware. And allow yourself to open the portal at the top of your head. It's already open, but open it more. And this will allow you to connect into an energy portal above your head. Perhaps it's golden in color. Perhaps it's blue or orange or red or iridescent. Whatever color or experience you have is an energy that is right for you today, that will be a blessing for you today. So allow yourself to tap into that, and when that energy is accessed, then this beautiful living light of love will flow down into your heart through your mind. And as it passes your mind, let it just bring you peace. Let it bring you awareness. Let it bring you strength. And as it moves into your heart space, let it bring you courage and joy and a deeper understanding of your own self, your own self-worth. And letting that beautiful energy flow through your whole body, into every organ, every system, every tissue, every fiber, every cell, even down into the cells, even down into your DNA, even to the depths of who you really are, even into your spirit. And feeling this beautiful energy within you, you allow yourself to open your awareness to your aura, your energy field around your body. And as you do, this beautiful light fills that as well. So you are filled with light and surrounded with light. This is a beautiful protection and a beautiful harmonic for allowing you to be who you really are. Love. Love in the highest octave. And now let's take a little walk. We're going to take a walk in the woods. Find your way to a wooded area. And you'll notice a little trail. And as you're walking along the trail, you notice it's a fall day. It's autumn in our woods today. Perhaps the sun is shining. Perhaps it's not. Whatever you're experiencing is what is right for you in this moment. You're dressed for whatever you're experiencing, so you're just perfectly comfortable. And as you walk along and you notice this beautiful autumn day, a leaf blows towards you and you catch it. What color is this leaf? Is it yellow? Is it orange? Is it brown? Or is it some other color, a mixture of colors? What do you catch? A yellow leaf? An orange leaf, a brown leaf, or something else? Noticing your leaf and enjoying that. You may want to carry it with you. You might want to let it go. Whatever feels right to you. Follow the path. And the path leads you to a large tree. Notice the tree trunk. What do you notice about the tree trunk? Do you notice that there is sap leaking from the tree trunk? Is there a heart carved into the tree trunk with initials in it? Do you notice a squirrel's nest? Or is it just a tree trunk or something else? What else? What else might there be that you could notice? So either sap, heart with initials, a squirrel's nest, or something else. Continue on your little pathway. And you come to a tree that has fallen down, and you get to sit on it. And you can just sit on this tree and enjoy this beautiful autumn day, and you'll hear something in the background. Do you hear a woodpecker? Do you hear a squirrel? Do you hear geese flying overhead, flying south for the winter? Or do you hear silence or some other sound? What are you experiencing? A woodpecker? A squirrel, geese, silence, or something else. Now a spirit being comes to sit with you. Who comes to sit with you? Is it St. George, our own St. George Carlin, or St. John, John Lennon? Or is it our St. Christopher Turner? Who comes to sit with you? Or is it an angel? Is it Jesus? Or is it something else? So one of our saints, an angel, Jesus, or something else. What comes to sit with you? Or who comes to sit with you? They give you a gift. What gift do you receive? Do you receive a tool, a music box, a jewel or jewelry, or something else? What do you receive? A tool, music box, a jewel or jewelry, or something else? Receive whatever you receive with deep gratitude. And it's time for us to return. So thank this being of light, this being that has come to give you this gift. And they'll either walk back with you or you can part ways, whichever works for you, feels right for you. Allow yourself to find your way back down the pathway, back into this time and space, back into the here and now, back into this room. Might want to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, welcome back. We'll do communion and then I will give you the interpretation of our meditation. So Mr. Phil, if you want to join me up front, please, sir. I'm running out of room. You should have your thing over there. No? Excuse me. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of Light, as we take this into our physical form, help us to take in the understanding of your love. Help us to take in your presence. Help us to take in the gift that we are in your eyes. Thank you. Help us to see us in the love that you see us. These things we pray in the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen. Oh, got it?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in camera. Here we go. There you are. Hello. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. Help us to face our fears with the truth of knowing that we are truly love. These things we pray in the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
After that prayer, I need a quart of this. No, maybe a pint.
You're a goof. You're a goof. Avalanche.
Yep. I only had one hand. Any volunteer?
Volunteers welcome.
Got one.
Woohoo! Yay! I love volunteers.
Yeah, just kind of what Janice was saying today, but depression can be very difficult. For me, this was many years ago, I was very suicidal. I actually ended up in a place for 2 weeks. So we don't try to, any situation that you're going through, try to look at the beauty in it, no matter how difficult it is. So So for me, I didn't see that because I was on the bottom, you know, if you will, the bottom of the hill. I was abused in every way you could think of, emotionally, physically, sexually, mentally, and I didn't see it there. And so I wanted to kill myself, and I attempted it. Thank goodness it didn't happen. But we were in a circle, and how old was I? I was in 7th, 8th grade. So like,
Wow.
what was that, 13, 14? We were in a circle, and I noticed there was a girl, and she was probably 12, and she was pregnant. So I thought, okay, you know, she's probably embarrassed or whatever, because she's pregnant, she's so young. So we each went around, you know, said our name and why we were there. Some people didn't say anything, but when it was her turn, she said, I'm pregnant and it's my dad's. So I was like, oh my gosh, like my situation is not as bad. You know, there's always someone that has it worse. But I didn't see it until later, and I started working with students, and I started sharing my story, and a lot of them would come to me. They would come to me more than the counselors. And I'm not a certified counselor or anything, but I had experience. So I started to see the beauty in everything. If I hadn't gone through what I went through, there's no way I can help other people that are waiting for me to get healed, to find myself so that I can help them and just continue that domino effect. So you have to try to see the beauty in everything. Another example is, you know, brushing your teeth, right? You don't want to do it. You're exhausted, but you do it anyway. Or you're tired and you get up like, no, I have to brush my teeth. I can't go to sleep till I brush my teeth. So that's a habit. That's a habit that you're doing all the time. Same with, you know, your mental thinking.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's like, you have to make it a habit. You can't just, okay, well, I'm depressed, that's not working. Janice said this or whoever, and I still don't feel it. You have to meet us halfway. You have to meet spirit halfway.
Amen.
You can't have someone else just do it by themselves and you're just waiting and sitting at to fall in your lap. You need to also meet halfway. And you can't see it now, but once you're on top of that mountain, you're gonna see why it is that you went through it.
Yep.
You're gonna see all of that. It doesn't matter what you've done. If you've hurt someone, you killed someone, whatever, there's always hope. You're gonna be helping someone and they're waiting for you, but until you get your healing, until you start to make those changes, that's when you're gonna see it. Let's do something real quick.
Let's do it.
So put your hands together and look at your hands. Just put them together side by side. There's one hand, if you look at it, one hand is bigger than the other. Right? Okay, get the small one, put it on top of your forehead, and say 8 times, grow bigger. Say it. Grow bigger. 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 Now put your hands together, and which one's bigger? That's your power. That is how powerful you are. So if you're telling yourself you're not worthy, you're a piece of crap, or whatever, that is what you are. If you're telling yourself that you are powerful, you are beautiful, whatever it is, that is what you are. So you are feeding these things into yourself, and affirmations are real. So if 90% of the time you're telling yourself you're not worthy, yeah, that's how powerful you are. So you need to change the way you think and know that you are powerful. So whatever you're telling yourself, just start doing that. Make it a habit. Put note cards on your walls, in your bathroom. I have it on our bed, and I have it in my bathroom. So it's just a daily reminder. So you have to start to make those changes as well. And just make it a habit.
Amen.
Amen.
Woohoo! Thank you. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Totally makes sense to me. Been there, done that.
Yep.
Didn't quite do that though. Okay, so if you, Phil, would turn the center light on and hand the microphone to Carol
No, I just turned it off.
in case somebody has a question or comment. So the leaf that you found is the spiritual aspect to focus on right now in whatever situation you're looking at. Okay? How many got yellow? Okay. This is asking you to awaken your courage. So what is courage?
Being afraid of doing it anyway.
Being afraid and doing it anyway. Yeah. Facing the fear. Face it. Look at it. Orange. How many got orange? There's an orange over there. Connecting on a higher level. You're all always connected in, but a new level is available to you. So ramp it up. Brown. Got some browns. Seeking guidance and purpose. So the spiritual aspect to focus on is seeking guidance and finding purpose. There's something here for you more. Anybody get something different than that? Got a few different ones. Whatever that was, you're being asked to let go of the past. Let it go. Let it go. It's haunting you. Let it go. And there's more on that. We can talk more on that. The tree trunk that you noticed, what's going on with that tree trunk will reveal to you your next step. How many people had sap on their tree trunk? Anybody? Okay, stick with it. You're on the right path, stick with it. I love it when they're so funny. It just cracks me up because I'll get it first. I say, oh, I'm seeing sap. Okay, so I write that down. So what does sap mean? Oh, it cracks me up. How many people got heart with initials? Okay, got some of those. This is say, be the love that you are. Love leads the way. Squirrel's nest. I'm surprised Phil's not out here. This is asking you to rest and recharge. Rest and recharge. You might have been overdoing. Anybody get anything else? Got some other things here. Let me give you the general and then we'll go back and get some specifics. If you got something different, your next step is make a new plan. Time for something new. Time for something new. The sound you hear when you're sitting on the fallen log, the fallen tree, is what haunts you now. How many got the woodpecker? Negative words. Others people criticism. Negative words. Squirrel? Duty, obligation, responsibility, the have to, the busy, busy, busy. That's what's haunting you now. Make sense? Geese flying overhead. No geese. Maybe somebody online had geese. This is the unseen future. The unseen future. If you had other or silence, what's haunting you now is being disconnected from your true self. Make sense? The spirit being that comes to sit with you is what blesses you now. Okay? So one of our saints, St. George, St. John, or St. Christopher Turner, who got one of the saints? Okay. What blesses you now is your tribe of like-minded ones. That's the best blessing for you. So hang out with people that are of like mind. Anybody get an angel? Got some angels? Your acts of kindness. Bless and be blessed. Anybody get Jesus? Okay. Your faith now blesses you. And blesses others richly too. And anybody get something other than those guys? Okay. All of the above. Your tribe, your acts of kindness, and your faith. And the gift you're given is the clue to overcoming being overcome. How many got a tool? Some kind of a tool. This could be a needle, a thread, a hammer, all kinds of tools. No tools? Okay. Doing something positive for self and others so you don't have to do anything. How cool is that? Music box. No music boxes. Oh my gosh, goodness. Engage in music and engage in the flow of life. Because music is all about the flow, right? Jewel or jewelry? Oh, actually somebody got something I had, okay. This is practicing gratitude and looking for the beauty in every situation. And I know you guys do that already. And anything else is noticing your own light. Shine on. But I want to, let's do some specifics. So who got something other than the leaf that I suggested? Any other colors? Yeah, Carol, go ahead.
A red one.
A red one. So spiritual aspect to focus on. Okay, this is finding your true power. Find your true power and walk it. You got stuff to share. Anybody else? Yeah. Paula.
Red and orange together.
red and orange together. So that would be finding your power and connecting on a higher level. Anybody else? Yeah.
So mine was like kind of brown and brittle and like dry, but then with like green.
Green, you had some green on it. Yeah, I saw that in my meditation too. Excuse me. Let me drink water. So, spiritual aspect to focus on is asking you to ask for help, but also apply yourself to growing. Keep growing. You're on the right track. You're doing what you need to do. Nourish yourself so that you can flourish. That make sense? Anything else? Anything different? Bobby? Purple. Ooh, pretty. So what to focus on for you? Your spiritual aspects of your journey. Focus on your spiritual work. Okay? Anybody have anything on their tree trunk other than the heart with initials of the squirrel's nest? Anybody have anything else? Peggy?
It's like a big, deep crack down the side.
I saw that. I didn't know how to describe that. So a big deep crack down the side. And this has to do with your next step. Okay, so open up to some new possibilities. Some new things are coming your way.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Wow. Okay, any other sounds besides the woodpecker, the squirrel, or the geese? Okay, behind you. You want to start with Joe?
Waterfall. I heard a waterfall.
What? I can't hear you.
Waterfall.
A waterfall. You heard a waterfall? Oh, how beautiful. So this is what haunts you now. Water under the bridge. Past. Letting it go, knowing that you're free of it. You know, it feels like it's not yours, it's somebody else's. Somebody else's past. Does that make sense to you? You have to think about that? I don't know why it would be somebody else's past. Oh, it feels like somebody else is in distress. And you're concerned for someone else's distress. And their distress is caused by their worrying about what was. Okay? So I ponder on that. See what comes up with that. Go ahead.
Mine was similar, but it was a babbling brook, which I take to mean go with the flow.
Well, this is what haunts you. So do you have trouble going with the flow? Yep, sometimes? Okay. So that needing to restrict yourself is what's ready to go. Okay? Make sense?
Yes.
I love it. Anything else?
Could I go back to the tree trunk?
Sure.
I had a very gnarled one with mushrooms growing on each.
Oh, mushrooms growing on it. Ooh, fun. Not psychedelic mushrooms. You're silly. Well, it could be. You could be doing some visioning here. So the tree trunk is what to focus on. Yeah, focus on your vision. Focus on your vision. That's a good call. Good call. Focus on your growth, your spiritual growth. Okay? And where are we now? Other sounds? Yeah.
I had a symphony of many different types of birds.
Birds singing, all kinds of birds singing. Okay, what else? Oh, too much chatter. Other people's opinions, too much going on, just too much sound, too much. That make sense? Anybody else?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Anybody else? The spirit being, anybody other than our saints, an angel or Jesus? Anybody else?
It was my grandmother, my father's mother, that died when he was only 8, and I've been told that I look like her.
Okay, so a grandmother.
And to go with that, the gift was she kissed me, hugged me, and kissed me.
I can't hear you.
Hugged me, kissed me, and told me she loved me.
Oh, doesn't get any better than that. So what blesses you now is your lineage. You come from strong blood. You come from strong DNA. So stand your ground and be proud. You come from good people. Anybody else? Yep, up here. Over here, wherever you want to go. Up here.
My paternal grandfather, and he gave me a white smooth stone. Not smooth.
Okay, so again, you come from strong lineage, and the stone, your gift is what will help you overcome, feeling overcome. So this is standing in your truth, the truth of who you are, your truth about what you know, being true to yourself. That makes sense? Anybody else? Yep.
Two of my guides came and sat with me. Good.
Do you know what their purposes are for you?
One is finding the joy in fun and humor in life, and the other is just general kind of well-being and graciousness and being who I am, sort of guidance.
So you received that. What blesses you now is joy and being true to yourself.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Reach.
So I saw my mom.
Your mom?
I mean, honestly, it's generally who I see
Yeah.
whenever
How many years? She's been gone a while, right?
15,
15 years? It's
almost
been,
16 years.
yeah. How nice.
And she didn't give me anything. She just kind of like put her hand on my chest and just sat there for a minute. And
Okay, so for the people online, she sat with her and put her hand on her chest, sat with her for a bit. So she is imbuing with you, reminding you of who you really are, reminding you of the love that is here. She was quite the lady. She was quite the lady. And so are you. So are you.
that's why I keep coming back here.
There you go.
Just a little piece of her here.
Yeah, and that helps you remember that, doesn't it? Beautiful, what a beautiful gift. Anybody else?
Christopher's who came to sit with me, and it was so vivid and good to see him. And the gift that he gave me was a letter, a beautiful letter.
A beautiful letter?
It was still sealed and in the envelope.
Oh, wonderful. So a message, a spiritual message from Christopher. I love that. You know, I was going to mention this next week, but all of his messages are on YouTube. So there might be something on I'd scan that if I were you and see if something catches your attention, and he has a message for you in one of his deliveries. How beautiful. How beautiful is that?
If you go to YouTube and go to the playlist.
YouTube playlist.
I have his messages all grouped together.
Oh, she's got his messages all grouped together. Wonderful. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Beth.
You know, he did that for so long that there's, a few hundred online, so.
There's quite a few. Yeah. Awesome. So let's do this in reverse. So somebody help me out here. Who would be my willing victim? Okay.
Why not?
Why not? So what gift were you given?
I was given a ball of glowing white iridescent light.
A glowing ball of light. All right. So let me see if I can do this easily. Glowing ball of light. So I overcome fear by noticing my own light and shining on. Shining on. Okay?
Yeah.
And what blesses me now is, who did you receive?
My two guides.
Your two guides. So what blesses me now is my tribe of like-minded ones, being blessed, my acts of kindness, and my faith. Blesses me richly. So when I feel haunted by, what sound did you hear?
Babbling Brook.
When I'm haunted by, what did we say that meant? Too much noise.
No, that wasn't it. That was the birds or the waterfall. I was trying to think of who else had birds.
Oh, holding yourself back.
Yeah, that was it.
Holding yourself back.
Yeah.
So when I feel haunted by holding myself back, and I feel disconnected from my true self, I take this step. So what did you see on the tree?
On the tree was a deep crack.
And what did we say that meant? Make a new plan. Open to new things. So when I open to new things, then I can focus on this. And what color was your leaf?
Red.
And what did we say it meant?
Red is the power. Was the
Power.
Right, thank you.
So then I can focus on being in my true power. That make sense? So I've given you hints on that. Maybe Carol, if you'd pass those out for me, please. If you have any questions about your meditation or whatever, hunt me down. Because this is fun stuff and it's important stuff. So let's do an energy circuit for the folks online. And then we'll do our energy circle here. So rubbing your hands together really, 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 really fast. That gets the energy flowing. You're still connected into that divine source, whatever color or energy that was. I don't know what you're here for. Oh, you were going to do something else. So bringing that in, letting it hit your heart space to left hand to right hand, back to your heart space. This connects the circuit. And in this circuit, you'll begin to feel the energy flowing between your hands. Notice that this is not your energy. This is divine energy. This is the sacred energy. This energy empowers you and helps you. So whatever our fears we are facing, whatever challenges we're facing, know that this energy will help, guide, lead, fulfill, and bless. And bring that into your heart space. Have a great week, and we will see you next time. God bless. Yay! Say goodbye, everybody.